different Zach Orr. You know, filing in behind Chase Robertson and really racing clean and patient. And, you know, that's why he's a contender right now, and he's creeping up in those championship standings. Going back to green here.
Although he's going to have to hold off maybe frustrated Tiger Tommy Neal here after that, how that first start went.
Yeah, so maybe gamesmanship there between the two drivers on that last start. But now single file restart here at Bowman Gray Stadium. 7 laps on the board in this 20-lap feature. Talk about a guy that's snake bitten. Justin Taylor right there in that number 12 car in third position. Black and orange, number 12. Donkey Strong, as we like to call him. Well, that donkey has been, well, he's been in the stable too much. He hasn't had a lot of green pastures this year. And right now he's working his way, trying to get into that second position. Gives the bumper to Tiger Tommy Neal. Move over. Give me the inside, says Donkey Strong. The fans are cheering this battle on the track.
Tiger Tommy Neal's holding on to that position, though. He's not giving it up.
Tiger Tommy Neal is going to fight for every position on the track. You are right, and he is doing so on the outside. Great side-by-side battle. Youngster, veteran, your 2019 champion on the inside. Give him the spot. Ooh, bumper tag as the 21 tries to get to the bottom. That creates a accordion effect throughout the field, almost taking out your points leader. Chase Robertson almost had calamity because of that. Now, further back in the field, contact between the 21 and the 22. Stuff is all over the place now. Chase Robertson now in a battle right behind them. Here's see the damage of the number 22 of Wesley Thompson on the screen. A little accordion effect there created some damage to the back of Tommy Neal's car, to the front of Wesley Thompson's car.
Well, that 22's dragging his right front quarter panel, so we'll see how long that holds on.
And right behind them, the 03 of Sterling Clemens, and behind that, oh, now trouble, contact between Tommy Neal and Wesley Thompson. Thompson goes spinning into the grass. Yellow flag is out. Things are getting a little testy.
It was only a matter of time that that next caution came out. They were getting a little aggressive out there.
Under caution right now, Tiger Tommy Neal and the 03 were doing a little bit of a tussle there as well. This is getting spicy here. Keep your head on a swivel, folks. It's Bowman Gray. Right now, Zach Orr is your leader. Justin Taylor, who finished 11th and 12th last week. He's had an atrocious season this year, let's be honest. And we were kind of talking about it before the day started today, and he's just got to get something right happening to him, and it hasn't happened so far. But lights are out on the pace truck right now, so we're going back to green. Quickie yellow here, and Zach Orr looks to have control, but folks, you never know. You never know. It's Bowman Gray Stadium. We have 14 laps on the board, 6 laps to go in this first Twin 20 feature. And Zach Orr can never rest easy. No leader can at Bowman Gray.
All right, coming around turn 4. Zach Orr, clean start for the 55. But that 17 holds on to him. Gonna be only 5 laps to go as they get back here to the start-finish line, and that 55 is looking like he is off to the races, barring anything major on his end.
Yeah, Zach Orr, I think, is going to be untouchable. Now the battle is going on behind them for 4th position. A little bit of a logjam. Tiger Tommy Neal, and now to the bottom, here comes Chase Robertson. Robertson, your points leader, to the bottom of Neal. Contact coming out of turn number 4. Contact there. Contact in front of him. Contact everywhere at Bowman Gray Stadium. Robertson trying to get that spot. Right now, the guy who's chasing him in points is your race leader. Every position matters, especially on double points night here at Bowman Gray. Robertson cleanly on the bottom alongside the Tiger, coming to 2 laps to go.
And there it is. That 55 of Zach Orr just continues to be untouchable. In the 03, he moves into the 2nd position, but that 17 behind him.
Here comes the 07 of Riley Neal. Give him the 5th position, 6th position right now. But now it's your white flag lap. Now coming around to take the checkered flag. A dominating performance for the driver of the number 55. Zach Orr wins at Bowman Gray. What a win for the Jerry Johnson Motors number 55. Dominating performance by the aggressive driver. Second place, the 03 of Sterling Plemons. Third place, donkey strong run for Justin Taylor. And all the way up to the 4th position from the 11th position is your points leader. So still a big points night for this guy right here, the number 55 of Zach Orr. But Chase Robertson, considering he started 11th and he had to do a lot of physical racing to get up there, finishing 4th is pretty darn good.
Zach Orr making his victory lap in front of a very excited group of fans here tonight at Bowman Gray.
Let's take a look at this replay real quick. The little bit of a tussle here with Tommy Neal. You see the 22, this is earlier, Wesley Thompson getting into him, coming off of turn number 2. This created a lot of mayhem, a lot of havoc earlier on in this race, and it definitely explains what happened in that caution flag. We had such a quickie yellow we couldn't even show you it. And now in victory lane is Zach Orr. T. Dawson joining him in victory lane. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam with all the excitement.
14 and 16. The number he draws will determine how the field is inverted for the second 20-lap event. Keep your eyes on the scoreboard for the Elite Underground Utility Madhouse Scramble Draw. Zach Orr, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win. Zach, win number 3. Let's turn around so our friends with Flow Racing can see you. Win number 3 of the season. I believe by my calculations that's number 14 on your career.
Yeah, man, that was a good race. I appreciate Tommy running me clean like that. I got to thank Mac Little. We worked on this thing all weekend, during the week, but we didn't stop. We were junk last week, and we come back fast, if not faster than ever.
You just checked out all the shenanigans going on behind you. It didn't bother you. I know nothing's easy, but this looked like you took off and left them.
Yeah, there at the beginning, it was just set on cruise control. You weren't gonna catch us.
Not too good of a draw. You drew 16th, but you win the first one on double points night. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it helped out a lot. We got a lot of work to do in the second one, but we'll take care of them in the second one too.
I know you'll thank your sponsors.
Yeah, I want to thank Pulse Vodka, Jerry Johnson Motors, Amanda, CTC Realty, Moser Landscaping, Stereo Shop, my whole family, my crew, everybody. I couldn't do it without them. They're awesome.
Let Zach Orr here, ladies and gentlemen. He wins the first 20 lap.
All right, that's the first of 2 Sportsman Division races tonight. But next up, we have the 100-lap modified race. Stick around. You are not going to want to miss it right here on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina is a city with a rich history of reinventing itself. Here you can wine and dine back in time, or raise a glass to the future. Witness history in the making, or savor the present moment. That's why you'll love visiting Winston-Salem. Our past is present, our future is bright, and our city is yours to explore. Look forward. Travel back to Winston-Salem.
Welcome back to beautiful Winston-Salem, North Carolina. NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series action here at historic Bowman Gray Stadium. And, folks, the fans are getting restless. That's because the sportsman cars are about to leave the track. The sportsman car winner of Zach Orr and the Modifieds have entered the arena. The NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds are ready to do battle for one of the best races of the season at Bowman Gray Stadium. Anytime there's a 100-lapper, we circle it on our calendar. Let's give you the lineup for tonight's Fox 8 WGHP 100 double points and the fans challenge. Starting on the pole from just down the road in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, the Black Sand Company, number 69, it's Superman, John Holliman IV. And on the outside, after his 39th win of his career last week, the Walnut Cove driver in the QRC HVAC, number 4, it's Jason Myers.
Starting in the third position, driving that number 99 from Mount Airy, North Carolina, that's William Smith. And Randy Butner, driving that number 5, is starting in fourth.
The third row on the inside, the units moving in storage. Number 91 from King, North Carolina, a two-time winner and a sophomore sensation. It's the Snowman, Junior Snow. And to the outside, driving the number 10, the Carolina Water Jet Machine from King, North Carolina, it's Dan Spiney.
Starting in the seventh position, driving that number 3, it's the Flying Taco, Danny Probst. And just beside him, you know him, that number 83. He is your points leader as of this week, Tim Brown.
Starting ninth on the field, looking for his first win of the season, the driver of the Q104, number 104 from Winston-Salem, it's Brandon Ward. And to the outside, qualifying in the top 4, but not taking the fans challenge tonight, the Dan Sandwiches Brad's Golf Cars, number 75, a 25-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium, it's Lee Jeffries.
Driving that number 57, starting in the 11th position from Mooresville, North Carolina, Danny Bone. And driving the number 44, starting in 12th from Kernersville, North Carolina, Daniel Beeson.
Starting in lucky number 13 position tonight, the driver of the 39 from Winston-Salem, the T-Time Sports and Spirits Machine, it's Gerald Robinson Jr. And to the outside in the Greg Butcher Trucking, number 35 from the Randy Butner entry tonight for Greg Butcher.
Walnut Cove native Kyle Southern is driving that number 9 and starting in the 15th position. And Mike Spiney in the 37th from Tobaccoville is starting 16th.
Drawing all the way back in 17th, probably wishing that he wasn't doing so because he has been red hot in the Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division, is the driver of the Guaranteed Auto, number 16, from Mount Airy, North Carolina, 17-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium. They call him the showstopper. It's Chris Fleming. And to his outside, a great veteran of the Modified Wars, in the number 45, it's Lee Stimpson.
That 77 of Susan Harwell is starting in the 19th position. And just beside Susan in the 88, it's Ethan Stoltz.
The 21st position tonight goes to a Myers Family Racing number 6. Luke Smith is in that machine. And to the outside, another Myers Brothers entry, driving the number 14, the Flying Beret, Corey LeVay.
And driving that number 89, starting in the 23rd position, Eddie Collins. And rounding out the field, driving the number 1, one driver that did take the fans challenge. In fact, he said, let's do it. That's Burt Myers.
So 4 drivers had a chance today. They qualified in the top 4. They can say, okay, I'll drop to the rear. If I make it up to the fourth position or better, I will get a $9,000 bonus. The only one of 4 drivers with enough moxie to do it was the driver of the CitraSafe Backyard Leisure's number 1, Burt Myers. 90-time winner, Burt Myers in Bowman Gray Stadium Wars, and he's going to come from the rear and try to put on a show for $9,000 tonight. Lights are out on the Pace vehicle, Jesse. We are getting ready. This is NASCAR's longest-running weekly racing series track, and this is NASCAR's original division. These are the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. Coming off of turn number 4, a false start.
Seems to be a theme tonight.
It does. It does. I think they do that to mess with me. I get so excited in these modified green flags. But, hey, why squash the energy now? Let's ramp it up because we're going for part 2 of this start here. A whole host, that is 24 600 horsepower modifieds, will take the green. Here they go. The 100 has begun.
Bit of a wobbly start there for the 69.
Jason Myers from the outside. Wow, that's impressive. John Holloman loose off of turn 4, hanging on for dear life.
Oh, the 10 gets pushed out of position there. He's going to drop back a couple spots.
There are cars everywhere, including one spinning into the infield grass. Crab Smith goes crab walking, sliding into the infield grass, bringing out your first caution 811 call before you dig. Yellow flag of this 100 lot modified affair. There's Crab Smith's Williams trucking machine. Talked to Crab earlier tonight. One of the great veterans of modified wars here, a very respected member of the modified community, a trucker. That's how he spent his whole entire career, trucking, driving long road trucks up and down the highway, and also on the weekends, spending his time behind the wheel of a NASCAR modified.
Why do they call him Crab? Do you know?
Great question.
There's your homework.
You might want to ask him.
Oh, no, not something?
No. I mean, you might want to ask him. I haven't really asked him. We've just called him Crab our whole life. Maybe he's grumpy. I don't think he is. Maybe he likes crab legs.
Who doesn't?
Tony Hirschman Jr. does. I do. I once changed the rules at a restaurant about all you can eat crab legs. I ruined it for everybody.
Oh, that's
okay.
impressive.
I can eat a lot of crab legs, Jesse. You saw the fans there just enjoying themselves right above the Advance Auto Parts Weekly Racing Series billboard here on the back straightaway. You know the back straightaway here, here's the cone. Here's the choose cone. John Holloman choosing the outside. Randy Buntner choosing the outside, too, to be in the 4th position. Junior Snow is in the 3rd position on the bottom of the 2nd row. The sophomore sensation. He has put on a show so far this year. Really, they found a lot of things. You know, new PSR car, that number 51. And the car just was erratic for a good portion of the season. They found something bound up in the car. And, man, that car has been lights out ever since they have. Here we go. 4 laps on the board. Jason Myers bring him to the green. Holloman does it from the outside. Round the outside. Round the outside. Susan Harwell spins into the grass. And we have another yellow flag just 5 laps in. Susan Harwell, cancer survivor. She kicked cancer's you-know-what. And she is a veteran here at Bowman Gray Stadium and somebody that, if you don't love Susan Harwell, you don't love Bowman Gray Stadium. Because Alfred Hill's daughter and just a great, great person. Yellow flag will remain out as Gerald Robinson has slowed on the front stretch. Susan Harwell, I love sitting next to her in the driver's meetings. That's like my favorite. When I see a seat open next to her, I like to sit next to her. So, because she's just such a sweet woman. And just a lot of respect for her as a human. But, you know, she straps herself into these modifieds. They don't have the budget to, you know, put new tires on the car every week. I wish she did, because I'd love to see her racing more regularly towards the front of the field. But she is someone who everybody here at Bowman Gray Stadium loves and respects oh so much.
That's what's so great about this place, is that this field of modifieds is made up of so many different characters, of so many different walks of life, of different backgrounds. And when they all go to work every week, they have so many different jobs. And then they're all out here in the same place every Saturday night taking it to each other.
That's right, racing these overpowered horsepower machines around a football field, tight confines of a quarter mile. This is purebred insanity on wheels. And we're taking the green of the Fox 8 WGHP 100. Once again, Jason Myers, finally the inside groove, is the one that moves. Junior Snow files in right behind, move him up to the 2nd position, but trouble in the south turn. Kyle Southern is stuffed into the outside wall. Safety workers rushing to the aid of the driver of the Tobacco Ridge number 9 as his right front there is stuffed into the wall. Last week, a career best finish of 6th for the driver of the number 9. Beautiful machine right there, and hate to see that happen. You see the right front is all cattywampus on that number 9, so he's going to probably pull it behind the wall here and behind the field house. Score that on your bingo card, by the way, cattywampus.
I do love that word.
It is a good word.
Mm-hmm. A buddy of mine from Philly, from the Philly area, I should say, had never heard that word before.
Was he South Philly? Like born and raised?
West Philadelphia, born and raised.
Oh, it's West.
Yeah.
Yeah, West.
Yeah.
He spent most of his days on the playground, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Anyways, what I was saying was, had never heard the word cattywampus, and you should see someone's face the first time you use cattywampus in a sentence when they've never heard it before. It's something. Welcome to the South.
Oh boy. If you can't have fun here, like, okay, we have fun up in the flow booth. There's some people that say, hey, you guys have too much fun. Talk about race cars. We're up here for 3-4 hours. You know, we're up here. We're not solving the world's problems. We're on Flow Racing TV right now. You know, NASCAR roots. We're at a carnival-esque atmosphere racetrack, and we're watching some incredible racing. And if you can't have fun doing what we're doing, you're doing it wrong. Seriously, if you're up here too stuffy, do you want your Matthew Dillner stuffy, like maybe a suit, and up here just no personality?
No.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I can stay in the booth then. I was going to leave if you said no.
Oh, what?
If you said no, I want you to be serious. I was going to leave.
I actually prefer my Dillner. The most serious of Dillners.
That would be maybe my brother. He'll be joining us in the booth next week, I think it is. So a bucket list for me.
That's awesome.
My brother has always been one of my heroes that I've always looked up to, especially here in this sport. So getting to share a booth with him next week is something that I am trying not to get excited about as we look at the cone, the restart cone, and Junior Snow taking the outside. The bold move. He did this, just the other week on the double file choose cone restarts. He really went to the top and took chances. And I kind of like seeing that out of a young driver. Instead of playing it safe, he wants to feel out that unit's number 51 and see what he has and experience the outside here at Bowman Gray.
With the last 2 starts, we saw the driver take the lead from the outside, so not a bad choice.
You never know. Here we go. Back to green. 13 laps on the board. Side by side. The drag race is on to the south turn. Give the lead to Jason Myers creeping down the backstretch. Junior Snow trying to hang on the outside. John Holloman sideways behind him trying to fill the hole, but he doesn't. Junior Snow shuts the door. Single file most of the way through this race. Only 15 laps on the board right now. 100-lap feature for you. One of the long races. '13th position for Burt Myers. 13th position so far for Burt Myers. If the number 1, the driver of the number 1, makes it up to the top 4, he will receive a $9,000 bonus for doing so. Jason Myers, though, his brother, is in the lead. That number 4 QRC Carolina drilling machine, you see it right there, black and orange in the lead. Junior Snow trying to stalk him. Those top 2 cars have stretched out their lead. Not so spaced out for position 3 and 4 right now. John Holloman, the 4th in the number 69 car, has a rear bumper full of Brandon Ward. Brandon Ward in the Q104.1 car, the gray PSR chassis, trying to get his first win of 2023. It's been nearly a year. This weekend, it marks today it's 364 days since the last time the veteran race car driver in that gray car has visited Bowman Gray Stadium Victory Lane. He finished second last week. He's finished second twice this season. He wants it one more better. Man, I'd love it. Okay, folks, we don't have timing and scoring here. So if you're new to Flow Racing, Bowman Gray Stadium style, you see the ticker on top. There's no rundown. as we're 23 laps on the board? Well, that's because there's no electronic timing and scoring here. This is old school as old school gets. So we're going to try to keep you always abreast to how many laps are on the board, who's leading. So it's just like you're here at Bowman Gray Stadium. You've got the scoreboard and you've got your eyes. That's what you got. Right now in the lead, 20 coming to lap 25. Quarter of the way through this, Jason Myers is your leader. Second place, Junior Snow. Third place, John Holloman the fourth. Brandon Ward in the fourth position. And in fifth, the New Jersey native, Danny Bone. Battle is on again for the third position. Brandon Ward firing some shots to the back bumper of the number 69 of John Holloman. Here he goes again out of turn number 2. Holloman really trying to protect the bottom there. He's doing so, but I'll tell you what, the 104 car has got to be a little kind of impatient here in a way because Danny Bone is closed in and he's pressuring him.
Yeah, Brandon Ward has been glued to the back of that 69 for the past probably 6 laps now, and now that he's feeling pressure behind him, he's probably going to have to start using that Nerf bar there.
Holloman working to the outside of Crab Smith's number 99 machine. Lap leaders. The leaders are navigating their way around lap traffic right now. In the front, Jason Myers having some trouble with a lap car. Gerald Robinson moves out of the way. Robinson goes into the grass. So does Crab Smith. Double lap cars in the grass, and the yellow flag is out. It was a lap car tango in the infield, bringing out your, I believe, third call 811 dig before you dig yellow flag of this modified feature event. Flow Racing replay, let's check it out. There's the 69 to the outside of Crab Smith. Crab trying to stay on the inside there. It unloads on him, hits those turtles a little bit, and around goes the Williams Trucking 99. Does a good job of not having that car wash up and take out any cars. There's your scoreboard for you. Love that scoreboard because it's on the beautiful field house here, which is the locker rooms for Winston-Salem State University. But inside, well, there's a deck right there. Look at that deck. You could pay some extra money and go hang out on the deck tonight. Bowman Gray's got a lot of opportunities here for you to come see some races.
This place is so cool.
What racetrack do you know that has its own like field house with locker rooms and bathrooms, and this place is dope.
Because I don't know of any other racetrack around a football field like this.
No. I mean, there were historically maybe, but what track exists? That's a good question. I don't think any track exists anymore. They used to play football in the infield of Birmingham International Raceway in Birmingham, Alabama. Islip Stadium had football in the infield. Freeport Stadium in Long Island, New York, great midget track that closed in 1983, had football in its infield, but very rare indeed. And Bowman Gray, it's unlike anything else in the planet. God, I just nerded. Jesse's looking at me like, you are so weird.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
Great.
Well, the cone's out.
Well, I'm a nerd, too.
The cone's out. There's the cone.
Nerd recognized nerd. I love that cone.
I do, too. You know, the other week it had, like, lights on it.
Oh, jeez.
What happened? So, Junior Snow, the snowman, puts it to the outside. So does Brandon Ward. He was getting impatient behind the number 69 of John Holloman, now hoping that outside groove will pay dividends. Really cool, too, the row behind that, the guy who's held a checkered flag 2 weeks in a row leading into this week, Chris Fleming, the showstopper, moving into the top 6. He's second place in points right now, and he's 4 spots ahead of your points leader right now on double points night, Tim Brown. 33 laps on the scoreboard as they launch out of turn number 4. Little bit of contact. Junior Snow moving to the inside, and he gets there. Side by side, down the backstretch, dancing to the north turn is Brandon Ward on the outside, the hard way around, and he slides it coming out of turn number 4, trying to get the position. Smoke and contact between Ward and Holloman. Holloman hangs on. Give P3 to Brandon Ward. Holloman has got a loose race car right now. He is hanging on for dear life in that car, and now he's got a mirror full of Danny Bone. Danny Bone, who won the Fans Challenge the first time we had a Fans Challenge this year, winning $3,000. Didn't make the top 4 in qualifying because he told me he was going to go for it and try to get that $9,000 bonus, but qualified outside of the top 4. Just behind him, the number 16 of Chris Fleming, who is now in the 6th position, 2 spots ahead of your points leader, Tim Brown. The battle within the battle. Further back in the field, I know we're only 38 laps into this race, but way back in the field sits Burt Myers, who got his first pole of the season in his number 1 machine. And there is Burt trying to get around the Flying Taco. He gets him, looks like he's got the spot going to turn number 3. Myers trying to delicately get to the inside of that number 3. Prost making it hard to get around him. Now can he get a turn and get to the bottom? The Flying Taco holding off Burt Myers. Myers gives him a little shot to the bumper there as they get around the lap car of Gerald Robinson Jr. Running out of patience and running to the outside groove and into the marbles is the number 1. He loses a spot right there to Daniel Beeson. Sometimes it takes about a lap or 2 also to get your car back in tune. Once you get the right side tires right now, 43 laps into this race, are hot and sticky. You go up into the marbles. It picks up some of those marbles. For another lap or 2, it's hard to get around this racetrack. But Burt Myers looks like he's settled in, and he's tap into the back bumper of the number 44 of Daniel Beeson.
Oh, and he's going to make a look on the outside.
Oh, wow. I think Beeson gave it to him.
I think he did, too.
Smart.
That looks a little too easy.
Well, we've been talking about like the 14th or 15th position. Burt Myers going for that $9,000 bonus. We're nearing the halfway mark, so it doesn't look good for that driver. But his brother is the leader of this race, the number 4. You see it right there on your screen. Jason Myers, a winner last week in the first Twin 25. And he's got the lead again, a second week in a row. Junior Snow and that units moving and storage number 51 right behind him, the former college baseball player, the number 51, one of the slickest looking bodies in the field. But that young man is a very heady race car driver. He's starting to show a little bit of his aggression, but you know, he's had a cool path to get here too. Driving here in a stadium stock, running some mini stock races, went and ran some 602 modified races, and now returned last year back to the stadium in a full-fledged modified, winning a race in his rookie season, and now in his sophomore campaign already has a win. And now that they've figured out this Units 51, they've really been a strong car, a top 5 car every week. 50 laps, halfway into this 100-lap affair at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jason Myers is your leader. 2nd place, Junior Snow. 3rd place, Brandon Ward. 4th place, John Holloman the 4th. 5th position, give it to Danny Bone, but right now the battle is on for the 2nd position. Brandon Ward has cast out his reel. He's reeled in the snowman. Ward to the back bumper, hits him a little coming off of turn number 2. Junior Snow washes up, gives him the spot, tries to file back down low. He does so and keeps that 3rd position. Brandon Ward moving him to 2nd.
So Holloman tried to capitalize on that a little bit too, and he shut the door quickly on that 69 and said, I'm not giving up that position.
We have a spin into the infield grass. Goes the driver of the E-Metals number 3. The Flying Taco has entered the cilantro below the racing surface.
Boo.
Cilantro's green? Come on.
Oh, man.
I mean, the guy's got the best fire suit in the history of motorsports. He's got a bow tie, a real one on. It's teal.
That's awesome.
He's a big dude. He's got cows and wagon wheels and UFOs. I love this guy.
I love it.
Spun into the cilantro. Cilantro doesn't look like the infield grass. Yes, Pike, but it is green.
The cilantro, I will say, it came out of left field.
Well,
I was thinking as Pike was lettuce.
I've said that I've said before that he slipped in the salsa.
Oh, see,
So
I
I
do
didn't
love
wanna-
a verde salsa.
I didn't want to repeat myself. You know, so cilantro just came out. When I think tacos, I think street tacos. I like my tacos with onions and cilantro. Okay? You know, straight up.
Yep. On a corn tortilla.
Yeah, on a soft corn tortilla. I don't want like my Americanized tacos
Right.
that with the chopped meat and the cheese and the sour cream and like I want a authentic Mexican street taco.
I agree.
Anyway,
Last
folks
time I
at
was
home,
here,
give
we
us
had
your
this
taco
conversation.
preferences on Twitter. Hit us up at Matthew Dillner and probably at Jesse Punch. I'm assuming.
It's J Punch.
J Punch? Okay. Yeah, I don't know it by
It's
heart.
close.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You could correct me.
It's
Look at the fans around this place enjoying a Saturday night here in a beautiful Chamber of Commerce weather. Only about 78 degrees outside currently.
I think I saw someone taking out their phone to text us their taco preference.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Cone is out. To the outside goes Brandon Ward. John Holloman motors his number 69 to the outside. So does the showstopper. Oh, boy. This is going to be a restart for the ages here. The Myers family and Brandon Ward haven't always gotten along.
That's a good way to put it.
You've got two fierce competitors at the front of your field. One that won just last week. One that's looking for his first win in nearly a year. 58 laps on the board. Jason Myers has the lead. Ward second. Battle is on for third. Holloman, can he get to the bottom? Junior Snow trying his hardest to fill that hole on the bottom. The showstopper sideways off the front straightaway. Tim Brown is at his bumper. That is a big battle there. Burt Myers has used the outside and the restarts to creep into contention. Your top three in points right now. There they are. The 16, the 83, and the number 1. All in a gaggle. Side by side is Tim Brown and Myers. Brown gets him on the bottom, but no, charging back on the outside. Here comes Burt Myers, putting on a show. Now Myers slips back into the 9th position behind Speeney. The battle is on for the lead. The battle is on for 3rd and 4th. There's battles everywhere here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Brandon Ward right to the backside of the number 4. Those two cars have pulled away from the rest of the field. 63 laps on the board. About 15,000 fans circulating this place, some of them standing up and waving their shirts. Myers Brothers Racing shirts, Dirty South shirts. As Jason Myers is your leader, but stalking his back bumper right now is that gray Q104.1 iHeartRadio machine. Now there's Danny Bone, the number 57. Will he make his presence felt here in the top 5? Right behind him, the 16, second place in points. Double points night, right? He's one position in front of your points leader, Tim Brown. That's big right there. He wants to finish in front of Tim Brown. 67 laps on the board here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Jason Myers is your leader. Getting a little bit of distance between he and second place, Brandon Ward. Lap traffic will start to play a factor again. The 99 of Crab Smith pulls to the bottom to get out of the way of your leaders. But now that's opened the door. Here comes Brandon Ward peeking to the bottom. Around the outside of Crab Smith goes Jason Myers. Brandon Ward couldn't take advantage of it. Almost opened the door of opportunity for Ward. .71 laps on the board. Dave Marcus tribute lap for you. Mano y Mano are the two front drivers. Their spotters probably telling them, You've got a mile behind you, man. So this is a duel between two greats of the Bowman Gray Stadium Modified Division. Third place, John Holloman. Yellow flag is out. The yellow has come out on lap 74.
There goes that mile they had.
Yeah, 73, because they didn't trip the line, it looked like. That's going to tighten it up here. You never know what's going to happen with these double file choose cone restarts. I will predict Brennan Ward will take the top, and Junior Snow will take the top, and the 16 will take the top. That's my prediction.
It's a pretty good prediction.
Yes. I think it's going to be a standardized prediction.
Yeah.
The restart cat and mouse games will make it interesting here. We haven't had a very long caution tonight in this race, too. Quickie cautions, a little bit of debris being cleaned up off the racing surface. We should be back to green very shortly.
Yeah, to your point, Dillner, for a 100-lap race, this has actually been pretty tame. You have to wonder if these last 25 laps are going to start to heat up a little bit as we, have this restart here. But I'm kind of surprised. I expected a little more, a few more yellows tonight.
Yeah, a few more yellows, maybe a little bit more drama. But I think you just jinxed it.
Good.
All right, the choose cone next time by, they will put out the choose cone. 75 laps on the board. Let's see if our predictions are right.
Here he goes.
Matt Garrison walking across
Oh.
the front straightaway to put out the cone. Perfect placement.
Just beautiful.
Dead center. Actually, I think it's a little bit to the left.
Oh, no, don't critique.
I think it is. I think
The
there's
man
more
knows what
room
he's
to the
doing.
outside.
You don't critique greatness.
Gloves Garrison puts the cone down, and to the outside goes, as predicted, Brennan Ward. Going for the gusto on the outside. As predicted, to the outside goes Junior Snow. Wow, the showstopper chose the inside, so let's move up Tim Brown into the 6th position. Big development there. 76 laps on the board. Green flag is back out. Ward down to the bottom. Holloman and him make contact. Holloman through the dirt. A gaggle of cars sideways. This is going to affect Tim Brown. Tim Brown is involved in the incident. Danny Probst has spun around, but Tim Brown was also collected. He goes from the 6th position. I don't know if they're going to give him his spot back, but if it goes by the blend rule, he will probably be scored in about 12th. There is Tim Brown. You see the damage to the left rear. He got stuck on the 37 machine of Mike Speeney during that caution. Did not cause the caution, so I believe they're putting him back up to 6th position. Whoa, close call. Folks, to set it up, that is your points leader in that orange number 83. He just avoided near disaster on double points night. Let's go to the Flow Racing replay and see what happened right here. There is Brown on the outside. Holloman to the inside, gets kind of squeezed there, and what a save by he. And let's see the mess behind him. You see the orange car right there stuck with Speeney, Mike Speeney in that 37. The 3, they're saying the 3 has caused the caution. They're trying to get the lineup set right now. They're holding. They're holding. They're waiting on a ruling. They're waiting on the ruling. They're letting the 75 go. They're now letting the 44 go. Folks, I believe they are scoring that the 83 was involved in the wreck. The crowd is on their feet at Bowman Gray Stadium. Some of them are cheering. Some of them are jeering. It looks like they've moved the 83 towards the rear of the field. The blend rule right now has him at about 10th position or so, according to James Pike. That is not going to be officially his position because they'll choose here on the restart, but somewhere around there. So he's lost about 4 to 5 spots, it looks like, on that incident. So we were wondering, and so was this raucous crowd of 15,000, where Tim Brown would have been ruled if he was a part of that caution or not. And they're saying he was. What do you think, Jesse?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because it's like you said, the three going around is what brought the caution out. The 69, Holloman did an incredible job of saving it after going through the grass. So,
oh, there's a lady that just waved a tissue down here. Some tissues at Tim Brown. These fans are passionate. Oh my gosh. I don't know though, because I mean, he was part of the caution, so I think that's what they're ruling. But then again, devil's advocate, did he stop? I don't think he did. So that's going to be very, very interested right there. So the cone is being rushed out to the front stretch right now. This is your cone lap. Jason Myers will come to the cone and choose the inside as we're 1 lap to go before we restart this 100-lap modified affair. To the outside goes Danny Bone, who spent much of his night in the 5th position. Now he's got a shot from the outside of the front row. John Holloman, the 4th. On the bottom, Brandon Ward. Those 2 cars created the contact that resulted in Danny Prost's spin. They are side by side in the 2nd row. The 3rd row, you have your 2nd and 3rd place points guys. Chris Fleming in the number 16 and the 1 of Burt Myers, trying for a $9,000 bonus if he could get up to the top 4. Right now he's in 6th. Lap 81, restart here at Bowman Gray.
Side by side, going into turn 1. The 4's going to hold on to that first position there, but the 57, I thought he was going to go into him there in turn 3, but he kind of held off a bit.
Single file is your top 4 cars, and Burt Myers goes around. Burt Myers is spun in the south turn. His bid for $9K could be over. The crowd is going nuts here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Turns of events. Last caution flag. Saw your points leader have a difficult time. Now Burt Myers spins around. He went from 1st in points 2 weeks ago to 3rd in points, and now he's been spun around in turn number 1. Let's look at the replay here. I believe we have a replay. See what happened, if we can get a look at what happened. Burt Myers to the bottom, and Lee Jeffries gets into him. Remember, folks, about 5 weeks ago, Burt Myers hit Lee Jeffries, causing him to spin and giving Burt Myers the win. Was that payback?
Here at Bowman Gray,
look at the bumper.
I'm going to guess yes.
Lee Jeffries is a guy that, well, he's a very clean race car driver, but he races people like the way they race him. He felt like that move several weeks ago was dirty. He told me so himself. Well, guess what? I think he may have gotten him back. Burt Myers goes from starting in the rear, coming up to challenge for a $9,000 bonus. Of course, he's 3rd place in points. He wants that points lead. And now he's got to go all the way to the back again with just 15 laps to go. Choose cone is out. Let's see who chooses what. You know Danny Bone's going to the outside. Here we go. Show the front. Choose cone is out. Bone to the outside, all the way from the 5th position to the 4th position is Brandon Ward. He chooses the outside. Gosh, these double file choose cone restarts are electrifying here at Bowman Gray. 5th place, the number 16 of Chris Fleming. 8th place for your points leader. Green flag is back out here, coming off of turn number 4. Side by side, they drag race to the south turn. Jason Myers on the bottom. Danny Bone fighting hard on the top. Bone hangs it out on the outside, trying to crab walk his way on the outside of that machine. Now he's got the bottom, files into 2nd place. 1, 2, 3, 4, single file. Give the 5th position now to the number 16, the showstopper. Right behind him, a gaggle of cars side by side. The 51 stuck on the outside now is your points leader. The orange number 83 of Tim Brown. There it is. Look at Jeffries get into the junior snow. There goes the 83. He's going backwards. This could be a big swing in the point standings right now. Your points leader is mired back 4 spots behind your second place points man, Chris Fleming, who now sits in 5th. Burt Myers fighting his way around the outside of Mike Speeney, desperately trying to march his way to the front. He's behind Tim Brown right now. Let's see what he does to the back bumper of Brown. He gives him a shot in the north turn. The fans are on their feet at Bowman Gray Stadium. The two Titans are going at it, bumper to bumper. 93 laps on the board this time around. Bonus probably out the window for the number 1, but can he get around Tim Brown and gain valuable points on double points night? Gives him a shot again. There it is. Burt Myers is all over the back bumper, and just in front of them is the number 75 of Lee Jeffries. Let's keep an eye on this battle as we're in the closing laps. Jason Myers is stretched out his lead. The fans all right now are looking at those two cars. Tim Brown, Burt Myers in about the 10th position right now. Your points leader, the number 83 going into this event. Burt Myers to his back bumper. Anticipation station here at Bowman Gray Stadium as the fans are on their feet for a battle all the way back there in the field. The rivalry has been brewing all season long between these drivers and even the driver of the 75. Bumper to bumper they go, accordion style through the north turn. 2 laps to go. Coming off the north turn to the white flag is the driver of the number 4. Myers gives him another shot in the north turn. Burt Myers, but on the backstretch, here comes his little brother. For the 40th time in his career, Jason Myers wins at Bowman Gray Stadium. Burt Myers trying on the outside valiantly and almost gets the spot. Now gives Tim Brown a shot. Tim Brown slows up his car, brake checks him. Burt Myers refires his machine. These two do not lack a rivalry. There's no love letters between these two. They're not on each other's Christmas card list, that's for sure. And the fans here know it and love it. But the Myers family triumphs tonight. Myers Brothers Racing is on top here at Bowman Gray Stadium. Another historic win for the driver of the number 4. Last week, he won a race that moved him above his father, Gary Myers, with his 39th win. Gary Myers, his father, with 38 career wins here. And now, just 1 week later, Jason Myers triumphs again. And he will visit Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane after holding this checkered flag that has Bowman Gray Stadium etched on it, rounding the north turn and coming to a sea of friends, family, and fans on the front stretch awaiting him to arrive to the start-finish line. Folks, there's a reason they call it the Madhouse. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam in Victory Lane for the mob scene. Jason Myers is the winner of the Fox 8 WGHP 100.
Congratulate Jason Myers. Jason Myers calling for that checkered flag. And here it comes. And here comes Jason Myers. Jason, win number 3 on the season. number 40 of your career. Didn't have the best qualifying time, but I think you probably need to give some thanks. Who drew for you on the redraw?
I did. I wanted to let my son do it, and honestly, I was aggravated because I wanted to be in the top 4. I wanted to go to that $9 grand. I'm glad I didn't. I mean, as bad as we need that $9,000, I tell you what, this win right here is awful special, man. I tell you, it's tough, man. It's tough. These guys gave me some good competition tonight. Those restarts are crucial, man. All it takes is one bad restart, but we hit our marks right every time, and we had a hell of a race car. And yeah, we had a good draw. What can I say?
And here's your dad coming in to give you thanks and congratulate you. 40 wins in your career, and I know you've got some folks you need to thank.
Absolutely. I got to thank my spotter, Brant. He's been through a lot this week. He's got his head up, and you can't tell me that ain't partly why we ended up in Victor Lane tonight. Karma, they say karma's a B word, but boy, she's awful sweet sometimes. I got to thank Greg Butcher Trucking, Affordable Towing. I don't know, I hope Daryl and Nikki came out here to get their picture made. There he is. QRC, I don't know if Trey and them are here. I sure hope so. John Dotson, put some good horsepower under this thing, brother. I appreciate it. Mark Moorfield, it wouldn't run down the straightaway without y'all. Mark Joyce, MJ Graphics, Elk Outfitters, Auto Store, North Carolina, Carolina Drilling, Jason Tutterow, cannot forget him. And my beautiful wife, my beautiful kids, everybody. It takes a whole effort of people to make this work, and I couldn't do it without every one of them.
How about it, Madhouse fans? Let's hear it for Jason Myers. Win number 3. 40.
Wow, win number 3 on the season for Jason Myers. He is having a good season. You see his mother there, Pam, his father, Gary, celebrating this with him. Of course, talking there about his crew member. We call him Panda, who was involved in that little incident with Tim Brown. But let's take a break here on Flow Racing. After his 40th career win, Jason Myers celebrates, and we'll be back with the second of twin sportsman features. A lot of racing to come on Flow Racing.
Winston-Salem, North Carolina.